In an interview published in The Guardian yesterday, Tom Watson, Deputy Leader of the Labour Party, spoke of how there was mass entryism into the Labour Party by Trotskyists no less, and how they were the foundation, the cornerstone of the rise and the continued defence of Jeremy Corbyn. Now, this smear that's being used not just by Tom Watson, but by anybody that's trying to undermine the legitimacy, the credibility of Jeremy Corbyn and those that support him, has no basis in fact. The Labour Party is 3 times bigger than it was at the time of the last general election in May 2015, right? It's got 500,000 members. It's over 3 times bigger in terms of its membership from just over a year ago. The biggest Trotskyist organisations in Britain, the SWP, has around 1,000 active members. Now, they'll say it's a lot more. It's not. It's about 1,000 active members. The Socialist Party is slightly smaller. Other groups, you're talking literally dozens of people. So the idea that organisations, and by the way, the SWP and the Socialist Party, they're not even advocating getting involved with the Labour Party. Entryism, as it's called. They're not even advocating that, right? So the idea that organisations where you're talking 2 or 3 people or a couple of dozen people overseeing a process where 350,000 people are joining a party, overseeing a process where hundreds of thousands are getting actively involved in politics, seems ridiculous, right? Has no basis in fact. For me, Tom, I'm really sorry, old son, it looks like a conspiracy theory, and an unhinged one at that. It's a similar thing with CLPs nominating. 153 are backing Jeremy Corbyn, 25 backing Owen Smith. Clearly, large numbers of the Labour membership, this huge membership now, are backing Jeremy Corbyn, right? And again, that process, the idea that like 153 CLPs will back somebody on the basis of a couple of dozen Trotskyists is a conspiracy theory, which for me borders on chemtrails, 9/11, you know, it's just kind of like this weird entryist trutherism of which Tom Watson now seems to be the most, you know, prominent and public voice. 100,000 people are voting for one person in an internal party election. The vast majority of constituents Labour parties nominating somebody are nominating Jeremy Corbyn. That's because of 2 things, Tom, okay? Hate to break it to you. Firstly, large numbers of ordinary people are now joining the Labour Party. Not just the Labour Party, but the SNP too. We saw it with the Greens a while back. People are joining political parties again, right? People are getting actively involved in politics. They're becoming politicised, right? Brexit was a big variable in all of that. So that's the first thing. Secondly, Jeremy Corbyn represents the centre, really, of Labour progressive politics in the last 30, 40 years, okay? He is not a Bennite anymore. He is a response to a yearning, actually, by not just the vast majority of the Labour membership, but many people, right, to a constant rightward drift in British politics over the last 30, 40 years. Now, right now, who is the emblem, who is the shining emblem of that rightward drift? It's not Theresa May, because people like her have always existed. They've always had those politics. It's Tom Watson. Okay? It's people that say that they're progressive, but back to spending 200 billion on Trident. It's people that say they're progressive, but then try and spend members' money on disbarring and disqualifying other members from voting. It's revolting, it's undemocratic, and guess what? It's anything but left-wing. You know, I used to think Tom Watson was a slick operator, a machine politician, but I think I got that really badly wrong. Watson, along with Ian McNicol, General Secretary of the Labour Party, were privy to the Procedures Committee, it's a subcommittee of the NEC, which decided to appeal Monday's decision to allow the 126,000 new members to vote in the leadership election. They were part of that appeal. That appeal is a catastrophe. Politically, it's unbelievably stupid, okay? It's going to cost the Labour Party another £100,000. It is using subs from members to disqualify other members from voting. Since then, I think Owen Smith's vote has tanked even further. Corbyn's support has been bolstered even more. These people aren't smart, they're certainly not left-wing, and I really doubt they have the clout they think that they do. In fact, I think they're getting weaker every day. You can almost see it happening in front of your very eyes. Tom Watson, if you can't be part of a party where ordinary people are joining because they want to change things, because they want to stop this rightward drift which has been happening for my entire lifetime, then maybe it's time to pack it in. Who knows? You can spend more time on your conspiracy theories and making those tinfoil hats.